Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Mental Monday. As we begin the week and we start to get into that work week mode, I pray that you have a wonderful and glorious week and that something is said, done, or given to you that blesses you and encourages you and uplifts you. On today, I want to ask, when are you going to stop doing it to yourself? So many times we are quick to point the finger and blame everybody else for what we are going through. But when are we going to start looking at our part and our responsibility and accountability and what happens to us? You know, in an earlier post, I said, we so forget that people cannot do anything to us that we do not allow to happen. And so many times it is because we set boundaries and then we cave in, or we say no and then we say yes because we feel bad or we don't want them to be upset or disappointed or mad at us. But there has to come a time when we stop and we think, is it more important to have those people validate us and give us, the approval that we seek? Or is God's approval and validation more important to us? It doesn't mean that we don't love them. It doesn't mean that they are not important to us. It just means that we're not going to take stake and let what they think or feel about us or say about us overshadow and overtake our life. We have to get to that point where we stop doing it to ourselves. Other people are not doing it to us. Many people sometimes say, oh, it's the man doing it to me, or it's because of what environment I was raised in. I had so many students, and I had one student in particular when I first started teaching that his goal in life was to be a big-time dope dealer and end up in jail like his father did for murdering someone. And I had a chance to sit and talk with this young man and let him know that where he is and what environment he is coming from did not have to dictate where his life was going. That was a choice that he had to make. And because, his mom was doing whatever she was doing and dad was not there in the picture, he had to make a decision and choice that he was going to go down the same path that his parents had gone down, or he was going to do something different. And it was a blessing because the young man actually turned his life around and got full ride scholarships to college and went on to do something with himself and realized that the environment that he had been raised in and the environment that he came from did not dictate the path that he had to take. That was a choice that he had to make. He had to choose to either live up into that lifestyle, or he could choose to do something else. And that's what we have to get to the point of doing. Do we go down this path and continue to try to do everything to please and to have everybody's, approval of us? Or do we say, I'm going to live in the light of who God says I am and do what God says I can do and do that and live that life out and realize that in the midst of it all, God will work out and restore the relationship if it's meant to be restored and bring it back to unity and being on one accord. But you have to get to that point where you stop doing it to yourself. Not anybody else, you. So on this hashtag Mental Monday, hashtag hold on, I'm going to put Jesus on that. All issues, hashtag you've been released. Ask yourself the question, when are you going to stop doing it to yourself? And then make a game plan as to what you're going to do to walk in a different light that is the light of God. Have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all on tomorrow.